This tutorial will show you how to configure and conduct a successful 24-hour ABPM procedure on a patient using the Ambulo 2400 device, its accessories, and software. Before viewing this video, you must install the Hypertension Diagnostic Suite software from the CD on a Windows-based personal computer. First, install the batteries. Always use fully charged rechargeable NIM AA batteries for each ABPM procedure. Make sure that the batteries are in the correct polarity. Once powered, the screen will come on and the device will beep. Now, you can close the battery cover. Next, connect the Ambulo 2400 to your PC using the included USB cable and open the Hypertension Diagnostic Suite software. Click on the software configuration icon. Ensure that the COM port setting for the Ambulo 2400 matches the setup on your PC. Click on Launch Device Manager. Then, click on Ports in your device manager. Here, you will see the Ambulo 2400 USB serial port number. Go back to your software configuration page and either select the appropriate COM or type it in manually. Click OK. With the Hypertension Diagnostic Suite main menu in front of you, click on Device Diagnostics to perform a one-time test of your device. Click on Perform Diagnostics. At this point, you should hear your device working. You will see the device information appear on the Perform Diagnostics screen in front of you. At the end of the test, you should see that the device passed most of the tests. From here on, the Ambulo 2400 must be programmed for each patient using the software. Go back to the software configuration page and highlight Report Editor. Here, you can enter the appropriate institution details, including your clinic, address, and even a logo. When you're done, click OK. This should bring you back to the main Hypertension Diagnostic Suite menu. To create a new patient, click on the New Patients icon. Now, highlight the folder entitled Patients. Here, you are able to enter new patient details, including patient ID, first name and last name, gender, date of birth, weight, and height. When you're done entering this information, click OK. The next step is to configure the device to suit your patient. Select the Configure Device icon. Highlight the folder entitled Patients and select the patient you wish to monitor. Click on Configure Device Parameters. Here, you are able to enter all measurement parameters, including monitoring periods and frequencies. Period 1 is generally used as a daytime period, and period 2 as a nighttime period. The frequency area allows you to choose how often the device will take a measurement. Next, you can either select or deselect a series of options. The Enable button option allows manual measurements to be taken by pressing the Start-Stop button whenever needed. These manual measurements would be in addition to automatic measurements defined in the frequency parameters. The Enable Display option allows your patient to see the minutes counting down to the next measurement and also displays the results of the measurement. The Enable Buzzer option allows the device to beep softly 1 minute prior to taking a measurement and while the device is deflating. The Enable Accelerometer option is a motion tracking device that can track when your patient is sleeping and how active he or she is while awake. The last portion of this phase is to set monitoring options. Here, you can opt to set a randomization factor of however many minutes you wish. This causes the timing of the measurements to be less predictable, ensuring a more accurate measurement from your patient. This next step is very important, as it determines the maximum pressure for your patient. Be sure to enter a number that is 30 to 40 millimeters above your patient's expected systolic pressure. Lastly, the zone adjustment lets you add or take away hours, just in case the monitoring will be performed in a different time zone. Once you are ready, send this data to the device by clicking on the Send Data to ABPM Device button. When the pop-up window tells you that the entire data in the device will be erased, select Continue, as this will replace the old parameters with the new parameters you just defined. Configuration is now complete. You may now disconnect the USB cable and begin patient setup. The Ambulo 2400 will restart into pause mode, alternating display between pause and the correct time. Press and hold the Start-Stop button for 5 seconds to change the device mode from pause to automatic mode. Once in automatic mode, the device should alternate display between a countdown to the first measurement and the correct time. This next portion of the video will help you and your patient set up the Ambulo 2400 with the cuff and extension hose. First, select an appropriate sized cuff, depending on the size of the patient's non-dominant arm. Each cuff is labeled with range markers to indicate the minimum and maximum circumference that can be accommodated by that cuff. Place the cuff on the patient's non-dominant arm such that the artery indicator on the cuff rests on the brachial artery. Be sure not to tighten the cuff too firmly. Allow a finger's worth of slack between the cuff and the arm. You have 4 choices in how to wear the Ambulo 2400. This will depend on patient comfort and anticipated activity. The Easy Wear cuff allows you to wear the device directly on the cuff. The shoulder strap lets you sling the device around your torso like a bag. The belt clip allows you to wear the device on your hip with the extension hose always slung up and around your back. The 4th position lets you sleep with the device next to your pillow or on your nightstand using a standard cuff. Remember, wear the cuff directly on your skin or over loose clothing. While the device is deflating, try to keep your arm as still as possible. Following these steps will result in a more accurate measurement. Congratulations! You now know how to set up the Ambulo 2400 ABPM system on a patient and start a successful ABPM procedure. As you gain more practice, this should only take you a few minutes.